off like the others, but I hear secrets inside. You didn't pay attention, like an experiment. No, you're gonna pay for your crimes. I'll change your perspective, I'll teach you a lesson. Make it my mission. Oh yeah, I'll have you wishing you could go back in time to never test my limits. Nothing you say will fix it. I'm too out of my mind. You're riding high, but I've got you this time. Oh, look at me now. Oh, look at me now. Try to take me down. Lost but now found. Used to be the victim in the dead of night, but I can be a villain in the moonlight. Look at me now. In the moonlight. Got you this time, got you this time. You can't hide. Pay for your crimes, baby, that's right. Got you this time, you can't hide. Pay for your crimes, baby, that's right. Oh, look at me now. Oh, look at me now. Try to take me down. Lost but now found. Used to be the victim in the dead of night, but I can be a villain in the moonlight. Look at me now. In the moonlight. Pick up. Come on.
Eyes on the battle, not your screen, Commander.
I was thinking we could use some backup. Yes! Now, Brian!
Steal your pride, Wolf. The fish girl is winning.
Woo!
He's mine.
Not bad, little leader.
plan, Commander.
We win.
Hey.
Names, but I mean it just the same. When I name and the lights turn to flame, and the flame turn to ash, but the goal will remain. Yeah, gold on my name. I've been watching all the game, and I'm trying to make moves. Yeah, I'm trying to make moves, and they trying to move chains. Gold on my name, it's gold on my name, it's gold on my name, it's gold on my name. I've been watching all the game, and I'm trying to make moves. Yeah, I'm trying to make moves, and they trying to move chains. Gold on my name, it's gold on my name, it's gold on my name. This ain't what you thought it was. This ain't for nights out or for good enough. This for early AM, still waking up. Trying to make it, yup. It's our time and we gon' take it up. Gold on my name, I've been watching all the game, and I'm trying to make moves. Yeah, I'm trying to make moves, and they trying to move chains. Gold on my name, it's gold on my name, it's gold on my name, it's gold on my name. I've been watching all the game, and I'm trying to make moves. Yeah, I'm trying to make moves, and they trying to move chains. Gold on my name, it's gold on my name, it's gold on my name, it's gold on my name. I've been watching all the game, and I'm trying to make moves. Yeah, I'm trying to make moves, and they trying to move chains. Gold on my name, it's gold on my name, it's gold on my name, it's
whispers, listen close. I know you've never strayed from the fold, but that's how freedom begins. Bended knees and broken bones, a bleeding heart never bleeds alone. I am one of many cries. We are far from the ashes. Rise up, break the cage, be the lion, be the storm, be the strike of the lightning. Rise with the dawn, rage like the sun. This is what we came for. Revolution. Burn your bridges, make your choice. Fight your demons, raise your voice. They're only silent if we're making noise. So let the
They want this! The foot show! Oh, yes! How excited are you to see this match live right now?
Hi, welcome back guys, and it's me, Fireball again with Kaka, and today we are bringing you the second semi-finals to decide who is gonna be playing for that 30,000 first place prize in the Esports Club Community Cup July Open, powered by Zotac in partnership with Riot. And Kaka, how are we feeling tonight?
I am absolutely excited. Well, TOK is back on the Rift again, and the winner obviously of this match goes to the grand finals facing Reign of Terrors, who had an excellent performance yesterday. And I can't wait to see who advances. Although, there's great expectations on TOK's shoulder, and some will be thinking that it should be a very quick 2-0. But you never know what could happen. And this is India versus Sri Lanka today. So TOK has a lot of pressure coming into this series. Let's go to the tournament overview.
And look at the tournament overview, and we have, as you say, a single elimination format. Started with the round of 32 on the 22nd of July. That's where it all started. We had a lot of teams from the South Asian continent battling it out, and we are left with just the 3 right now. So we are dealing with the second semi-finals to know the final place in the grand finals. And again, as we know, 50,000 rupees cash pool. The first team is gonna take away 30k, and the winner of this will guarantee themselves at least 20,000 in their pockets.
Yeah, so
let's look at how these teams came to the semi-finals. Yeah, take it away, Kaka. Let's have a look at that.
Right. So Temple of Kings defeating their sister team 2-0. That's the Altar of Kings. Advanced to the semi-finals against YAKUZA Gaming, who had a great showing against Untamable Beast. It was live on stream as well. We watched. The series wasn't close. And on the bottom side of the bracket, Reign of Terror 2-0 versus Gamers V1.4. And again yesterday against NTO as well. And those games were not close, Faisal. That was just like sub 25 minutes games, both of them.
I mean, yeah, both of these teams just absolutely dominating the entire bracket and just destroying the opposition on their way till the semi-finals. So both of these teams will be very high on confidence, and they'll be thinking to go ahead and continue the same trend. I mean, you've done 2-0s till now, not lost a single map in the best of 3s, and obviously didn't lose in the elimination rounds. So they'll be thinking, why not just keep this trend up and look for a quick 2-0 here as well, and just carry all that momentum going into the grand finals.
Yeah, and 3 undefeated teams, but unfortunately one has to go home today. Reign of Terror waiting to see who they are going to face tomorrow in the grand finals, which will be a best of 5, by the way. So I'm pretty excited for that, for best of 5s. And so far we've had very, very one-sided best of 3s, essentially 2-0 every game. And I have a lot of expectations for tomorrow's series, and I can't wait for today's series as well and watch Temple of Kings just unleash their wrath on the Rift again.
I mean, like you said, there is just so much hype around this team, and everyone just looks up to Temple of Kings. But I wonder if that brings some sort of nerves to the team as well, like because the entire country or entire South Asian subcontinent is watching you with great hopes and great expectations. They want to be doing like no mistakes. They want to put up clean games, and we did see against Altar of Kings they had a little bit of a hiccup there, and it wasn't very clean. And the Altar of Kings really made them run for their money. So let's hope that Temple of Kings have brushed their game up, and they are not, as unclean as that time.
Yeah, sure, but if you remember, that game was not close as well. The second game, Temple of Kings were 10,000 goal ahead, and they don't really have to change a lot. They just need to know how to close out the game when they're 10,000 gold ahead, and I don't think that's going to be too much trouble. I think it was just taking the game for granted, being complacent, and that can happen to all of us. We have all been there, throwing 15, 20,000 leads, and what matters is they still won the game.
I mean, that's what I'm talking about, but you don't expect these players to not close out the game when they're that far ahead. You would assume, like, if players like Akshaj, Catbot, Black Infinity, Angel Lotus, if these players have an insane goal lead, you would expect the game to end just with a single Baron push or something. But yeah, we did see that there was some weaknesses. Maybe they didn't have that much practice, but let's just hope they've sorted everything out and they really come up big and they have a statement game today. But then again, let's not count out their opposition in YAKUZA Gaming from Sri Lanka, who we saw just completely annihilate their opposition and come to the semi-finals with really high confidence and just great games all around.
Yeah, YAKUZA Gaming did tame the untamable beast, I would like to say. That was in a close series as well, and YAKUZA Gaming will be riding the confidence as well. Speaking on Temple of Kings, they do have two new players in this tournament, at least the top laner and the support. Kratos, the support has been really, I think he has been an upgrade so far. He has been everywhere on the Rift. He's been taking the grubs, taking the dragons with the junglers, and Black Infinity and Kratos do seem to have a great chemistry so far. So that is pretty exciting. And yeah, YAKUZA Gaming do have their work cut out for them.
Temple of Kings, just being such a big organization in League of Legends, they tend to gravitate all these great players towards them. So all of these players, if they are looking to make a mark on the Rift, they are looking to get a spot on Temple of Kings. So they keep getting these great players. Like you said, the support, the new support has been really good. He's been really high on the solo queue ladder as well, and we saw how good he can be with all of his engages, and he had just a really great showing. But today he will be playing as I've been told that Angel's Lotus is not available for the first game, so he will be playing with his substitute ADC. So maybe a sliver of hope for YAKUZA Gaming, because Temple of Kings is not at their full potential right now.
Yeah, but I think as long as Black Infinity is playing, I don't see a problem. I think that guy can just carry games on his own. We have seen it multiple times in solo queue, in flex queues, and especially in tournaments as well. So I wouldn't be too worried if I'm Temple of Kings. As long as Infinity gets ahead, I think this is just going to be a quick series, unfortunately. Speaking of which, just to cut you off, Faisal,
Yep.
TOK did win the toss and they have taken blue side for first game, and YAKUZA Gaming have chosen red side for the second game.
I mean, we keep seeing this trend as well. Yesterday, in the first semi-finals, the team who won the toss took blue side, and the second team opted for the red side again. So they did not opt for the blue side in the first pick. So do you think in this meta the first pick is not that important, not compared to the counter pick? So people usually, we see they tend to choose the counter for the mid lane or the top lane most of the times, but in these patches I feel most of these teams are looking to just go over the blue side more.
Yeah, I don't think there are any matchups that are super unplayable in any lane. So I don't think the counter pick matters as much. You can still sit behind the turret and just farm up and be strong in the late game. However, if you pick something like a Kai'Sa, which can be a flex pick, it can go mid lane, it can go bot lane. You take something like Lucian, you take something like Ezreal. All these flex ADC picks are very essential, and you're essentially not giving too much away when you pick these champions first. So I think blue side should be the priority for a lot of teams as well, especially when you can play these champions in 2 lanes.
Well, historically, looking at the game as well, over 15 years of this game, we know there's a slight advantage for the blue side just by how the map is made. Blue side has better access to the Baron, so Baron, has game-changing abilities with the Hand of the Baron buff. So blue side generally considered more favorable. It's not exactly a 50-50 win percent over like 15 years as well. It's just like I think 51 or 52 more towards the blue side. So people tend to choose blue side, keeping that in mind as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's clutching at straws. I think 52%, 48%. I don't think it's that much of a difference, but how I do feel, especially in the bot lane, the blue side does tend to do better because you can push up those waves and dive very easily towards the red side. But I don't think it's as easy for the red side to do it against blue side. And you play the bot lane, so you would know much better what I'm talking about.
I mean, I for one, I don't know if that is a thing or not. Just clicking the mouse upwards feels more natural than clicking the mouse downwards. So blue side just feels better to me in that sense. I don't know if that's a thing or not. But again, we are at the business end of the tournament. We have just 3 teams left, and this is just first of the many tournaments yet to come. So if you guys want to take part in these tournaments, be part of the community, and be it as a player or content creator, take part in giveaways and all of that good stuff, make sure to follow us on all of our social medias to keep up to date with whatever's happening in the community. That is League of Legends in SA, all over the Discord, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. That is League of Legends in SA. So again, this is first of the many tournaments yet to come. We thank the Esports Club for organizing such a great tournament, and we thank our sponsors Zotac for making all of this possible. So let's just quickly go over the players right now. I'm sure Temple of Kings do not want a lot of introduction, so let's just go over from the star players. So Black Infinity in the jungle, what do you think his mentality will be coming up?
I think he will just be looking to pick up the Karthus, the Nidalees, any AP champions. He can play the lot as well. So just pick up the AP champion, farm up, and then do what he does best. That's what he did in the last series as well against AOK. Picked the Karthus up in the first game. He was playing the Talia in the second game, so 2 AP junglers. Of course, you can see there is, especially on this patch, you can take AD mid and AP jungle, and that's a great chemistry to have. So yeah, just pick up the hyper carries and just hope to farm as much as you can. And with the lanes that he has available to them, Akshaj in the mid lane and even the top lane, they have been doing pretty well, and that creates enough space for him to farm up in peace and just unleash when he has 1 or 2 items.
Yeah, Black Infinity always tending to opt for the carry sort of junglers. We all know his sort of a one-trick Rengar, and Viego, he has been really good on the Nidalee. I think very few people can play Nidalee, at least in the South Asian region, as well as Black Infinity can. So definitely tries to put his team on his back. We all know he's one of the main shot callers in their team as well. So taking the responsibility of a leader in game, as well as playing jungle and trying to carry it from the jungle as well. Now speaking of carries, coming over to none other than Katrina bot or Akshaj in the mid lane. So you've been mid lane professional player before as well, and you have had the opportunity to play against him as well. What's he like in the lane, and what does he bring to the team?
He's very good. He would want to establish his dominance in the mid lane. We have had a lot of back and forth as well, and he has come out on top many times as well as I have. But yeah, he is good, and he has only improved in the last 3-4 years, and he has gotten much better than I ever was, honestly. And yeah, he's just a solid rock in the mid lane, and of course he warrants those Katarina bans, the Kiana bans. You just name the melee champion and he's gonna get it banned against himself. So that creates a lot of space in the draft as well, similar to Black Infinity. I mean, you call him a Rengar one trick, but then he can just play any other champion to that potential. So yeah.
Yeah, speaking of the teams, we have Temple of Kings, the team to watch out from India against YAKUZA Gaming, going up against each other in this best of 3 second semi-finals to secure their place in the grand finals of the Community Cup July Open. And let's just go ahead and talk more about the matchups. We have Angel's Lotus, so he's an ADC main, and I feel he is one of the most mechanically gifted ADC mains that we have seen in a long time in the Indian League of Legends scenes. This guy is just insane. The way he autospays, his CS numbers are always insane, and the way he positions himself in team fights and makes him, himself available to do all that DPS is just very hard to find ADCs players who are that good these days. And I feel Angel's Lotus is just a blessing for any team to have. And Angel's Lotus unfortunately won't be playing the first game right now, as we jump into Champ Select right away, and let's see what the draft is gonna be like.
Yeah, I think Angel's Lotus is hands down the best ADC that we have in the South Asian region currently. You can leave him alone in the lane and he will still farm up those 10 to 12 CS per minute. So yeah, he's great, and he's gonna be a miss today. But that's not to take away from all the players that are available for the side of TOK. They are pretty good, they are very solid, and they will hope to win the series so that Angel can play those grand finals that he deserves tomorrow.
So looking over the bans on the blue side, we do have Temple of Kings, and they decide to ban out the Silas and the Vladimir. So this Vladimir ban has been pretty common in this tournament. So usually we don't really see that. I think Vladimir, people just do not want to play against the champion.
Yeah, the Vlad was banned against Iznok in the last series as well, against Untamable Beast, and they did not want to drop that ban regardless of what the game score was. And it seems like Temple of Kings is going to follow suit and ban the Vlad away. I like the Wukong ban against Big Boss. He did have a great second game on the Wukong, killing the brand multiple times solo. So I think these are really just the disruptors that Temple of Kings are trying to ban and do so. Meanwhile, from YAKUZA Gaming, you see the Ezreal ban, you see the Jinx ban. They're targeting Baba right off the bat with these bans. Since Angel is not playing, you'd want to focus the bot laner who is available, and that's what they are doing. First pick Kai'Sa, as we discussed, is priority for Temple of Kings. That's why you take the blue side and you can flex that Kai'Sa anywhere you want.
Then we don't know if the Kai'Sa is mid lane or bottom lane. A good strategy coming out from YAKUZA Gaming, instantly just pressuring the new player off the bat. Is like, we see what you play and we're going to take it away. We're going to put you out of your comfort zone. We know you have not played competitive matches as much as Angel's Lotus with this team. So let's see how Baba, keeps up with this. And if he's on that Kai'Sa, he will be playing against the Xayah in the bot lane, and let's see how he turns up. And we have the Rengar locked in by Black Infinity. Let's go.
Yeah, he picks that against the Shyvana. I don't think he's having any of that Shyvana AP business up his face. Just decides to lock in that Rengar early and quick. And if he performs well, I think they would have to ban it in the second game. Again, we all know how well he plays on the Rengar. I am very excited by that Irelia pick, by the way. I'm just going to say that I love that champion. I love how mechanically difficult that champ is to play in the laning phase and the team fights. And when you pick that up, yeah. And Echo for Iznok.
We know Black Infinity on that Rengar. Oh my. YAKUZA Gaming, pretty ballsy to leave that one open in the draft. So let's see if that comes to bite them in the back or not. And going to the second phase of draft, so Yakuza Gaming just focusing their entire bans over on that bot lane. So they're just focusing this bot lane so much. And I'm assuming that they're going to be playing around their own bot lane as well, just trying to get them ahead and hope that they can carry it out.
Yeah, and the ADC has already been picked. You are trying to ban Kratos out, but I don't think that's possible. He still has the Leona available, the Rel available. They could always look to deny the Rakan against the Xayah. So these are picks. Again, the Nautilus ban, I just think the second phase of the draft has been wasted by YAKUZA by trying to ban out the champions they don't need to. And I think Kratos will be very comfortable picking the Leona here.
I mean, and the champions that they've banned also are all of the heavy engage champions in the Thresh, the Braum, and the Nautilus. And I feel if you have a safe champion like a Xayah, you can be safe from hard engages at least after level 6. So Xayah really should not have a lot of trouble laning against those champions, but they still focus their bans over that. And now we see an Ilaoi being locked in from YAKUZA Gaming, so I assume this is gonna be against the Irelia in the top lane, although Irelia can go middle as well.
Yeah, I think that is Irelia mid, and they would want to pick something like Poppy or Set in the top lane to counter the Ilaoi. Leona, again, as I said, is open. Kratos very happy with that pick. Wouldn't mind seeing the Rakan as well to deny it from the side of YAKUZA Gaming, but locks in the Leona, don't mind it at all. It's a very good matchup into the Rakan, especially with the Kaisa as well. And so I think the Braum ban was just a waste in my opinion. And let's see, even in the mid lane, Irelia versus Echo is a very favorable matchup for the Irelia. Let's see what the top lane has to pick. Okay, that is going to be a top Irelia and Hue in the mid lane.
And we are rounding off the champ select from the blue side with the Hue. So Hue in the middle lane against the Echo, and we have let's talk about the top laner. So the top laner is one of the newer members of this team as well, and I think in the previous matches the top laner was the player who had struggled a little bit to hold his own. Black Infinity had to, focus his attention more towards that side to make sure rock paper scissors does not fall behind. So do you think YAKUZA Gaming will keep that in mind and try to go and target rock paper scissors?
I mean, they could try to do that, but then we have to remind ourselves that AOK's best player arguably is Dead Corporal. And that was the matchup that was handed to rock paper scissors. Of course, he was counterpicked as well in one of the games and did die solo a few times, but then again, it's just his debut tournament still, and so far he has held his own against the better top laners so far, and so I don't think it will be too much of an issue for him. And yeah, I think he should be fine in this matchup. Especially you can always run away from the Ilaoi and not die. I do want to speak about the Taric, however. Neil Kabara had picked it up in the last game as well. If I remember correctly, only died once and had like a billion assists to his name. And I also like the picking Taric against the Leona, who is hard engaged. You can always just make your team invulnerable to all the CC and the damage that's going to come up. But yeah, overall draft, I think Temple of Kings have the upper hand. I feel like Shyvana does not really have a place in the game. So and the same for the Echo as well. But then again, YAKUZA Gaming did pick these weird champions and just made it look easy against Untamable Beasts. So yeah.
I mean, all of the champions from Temple of Kings are little bit squishy. I mean, of course, bar the Leona. So if the Shyvana does get ahead, gets to free farm and gets her items relatively quickly, those fireballs are gonna hurt a lot. And all of the champions on Temple of Kings are gonna just start losing their HP. So they will keep that in mind, and they'll make sure that the Shyvana does not go out of hand and it is kept in check. And just touching over the point you mentioned about rock paper scissors as well. So yeah, of course he had already played against the best top player in the tournament right now, and he did win that series as well. So he would be confident in himself. I'm sure that if he can lane against Dead Corporal, then he can definitely lane against anyone in the tournament right now.
Yeah, and not just lane, he held his own as well. And he did contribute to the win as well. So I think he should be fine. I think this game you just have to watch out for the jungler Shivala versus Rengar. I think if Black Infinity gets ahead, I think he's just gonna wreak havoc all over the Rift. And no one's safe. I don't think Echo even gets to ult once the Rengar jumps on it.
I mean, that is a thing as well. You have the Xayah just one press ult to save herself. You have Echo one press ult, but we just know Black Infinity is just so clean with his combos. It's just like this. You don't even have time to blink your eyes, and he just dumps out all of his abilities and 2 activable items in just like a second time, and you're just dead. The ADC does not get to play the game at all. So the ADC, of course, this time has the extra support of the Taric with the passive armor and the Taric ultimate as well, and as well as her own ultimate in the Xayah. So the Xayah is a safe champion to go up against an assassin if you want to play that. So let's hope the Xayah can get to play the game at least, because we know how annoying it can be if there's a Fed Rengar just running around the rift and you just see the 2 eyes pop up on top of your head, and next second you're seeing a grey screen.
Yeah, every time the Rengar jumps, Xayah has to ult or you just die. That's how it is.
So
Even
definitely
for the
they will
Echo,
have
it's
to
the same.
trade the ults.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think that's
the
just
Xayah
more
ult has a
worth for
longer
Xayah.
zone. Is it because Xayah CD is much longer than the Rengar cooldown, and the Rengar will stack up CDR as well, so that he has his ult available to him whenever he wants, essentially. And so I think that trade is always worth, with the Hui, with the Irelia, Leona, all of them jumping onto the Xayah. I think it makes it very unplayable for her. But of course, she has the Taric, right? Taric can always ult and save her.
I mean, I don't think the Taric ult is gonna be touching Xayah in the time Rengar takes to kill her. And the bot lane from Temple of King, really heavy engaged. Leona paired with the Kai'Sa, one of the best all-in lanes that is there in the game right now. As you all know, any CC applies a stack of Kai'Sa passive as well. So Leona can just instantly proc 3 passive stacks. So Xayah just has to, Kai'Sa just has to attack 2 times, press a Q, and you just have burst damage available to them. So jumping right into the game, we see a pretty standard start. All of the laners are guarding the jungle entrances, don't want any funny business. And let's see if any wards were put down. So YAKUZA Gaming do ward up the pixel brush in the top side of the river to see if any invade shenanigans have been happening from that side, but as of now, pretty standard stuff.
Yeah, nothing going on here. Black Infinity is going to start his red. There is a red ward on the top side of the map, and they do have the information that it is warded. So I don't think that's. I think the Irelia is going to ward there. Something's happening there. Yeah, so Irelia gets that ward, going to get the level 2 of the first wave. Pretty smart by Akshaj to start the sweepers. Fight in the top lane already.
Quick level 1 trade up, and Ilawi is coming out on top. Rock paper scissors has to unlock his E and run away. He's being forced out of lane already before he can even touch a single minion. So a huge play coming out by Flash, positioning himself. He had the information that they had just cleared the ward over there, and he will be walking into lane from that push and just ambushes him, taking away all of his HP bar. Now Irelia has to play safe under turret.
Yeah, and Irelia...
level 2 engage, holding right there. Root lands onto the Taric. Taric taking a lot of damage, so good level 2 engage going on there by Kratos. Takes away a lot of HP, but no summoners being forced to use he's gonna use up his bot. and good HP advantage. A stun will land on Flashel in the top side. Rock, paper, scissors feeling confident, gets a quick trade-off and backs off.
Yeah, and Infinity is on his way to the top lane. Does the 3 camps in the bot lane is looking for a gank, and I think he might find first blood here.
I mean, the red buff is just gonna start taking away. It's gonna be a quick first blood for none other than Black Infinity on the Rengar, and this guy has started to snowball. I fear.
Yeah, I think the Irelia was in big trouble there, but Black Infinity comes in, bails his top laner off. A very bad level 1 trade. Irelia is a really strong player. I mean, champion at level 1. Provided you get the stacks, right? Provided you get 4 stacks, you get all that attack speed and then trade, but she only had the 1 stack after she used the stun. So really not that strong. Guys, we are back in the game, so we'll be jumping right back in.
So yeah, Black Infinity taking his red buff and skipping the blue, walking right up to the top lane, seeing that the Illaoi was pushed into up to the turret, and just walks up to Illaoi and gets a quick first blood. So 400 gold, and now he'll be looking to convert that into a massive advantage for himself. And we know Black Infinity is just gonna be wreaking havoc on the Rengar. So jumping right back into the action. We see the mid lane being pushed up against Iznok, and we expect that as a melee matchup against range matchup. So Akshaj is trying to bully this Echo from CSing. Already a 2-wave advantage at 3 minutes. I mean,
13 CS advantage, 2 pots advantage, which is very crucial as well. At only 4 minutes, not even. So he is very strong and he's dominating that mid lane. Again, creating the space for the Rengar to do whatever he wants, essentially.
The top lane, we do see a lot of trading going on as well. Akshaj just bullying the heck out of this Echo, not letting him take even 1 CS without fighting for it, forcing the Echo to quickly recall, and he will just end up sniping him from the QW from half screen away. Really good prediction on where he's gonna be recalling, and that's what we're talking about. Katrina bot gets a kill out of nowhere, has 35 CS to 13. I mean, this is almost lane over for the Echo.
Yeah, I mean, it is lane over for the Echo for sure. Loses out on the CS, the waves, 20 CS down already, dies solo as well. So this is just painful to watch as a mid laner. Akshaj is just dominating the poor Echo in the mid lane.
I mean, yeah, the difference in quality is on show for everyone to see right now. So let's just hope the Echo can hold up just for a little bit longer till he at least gets the 6 and, you know, tries to salvage as much farm as possible, and most importantly, not get solo killed more times and make this way go out of hand.
Yeah, but I think this is what we expected, right? From Temple of Kings, just Infinity doing his thing on the Rengar, Akshad just pushing out and getting the leads for himself. Top lane, however, is struggling a bit. He is down almost 20 CS, is going to get a huge wave pushed into him. So let's hope he does not get dove here, or I think this is game over for the Irelia as well. And Shyvana is coming to the top side. I think she's going to kill the Irelia here.
I mean, yeah, the wave is just perfect for a dive. Illaoi is 6 as well, so Irelia is gonna go down here. A flash forward. Irelia buying a lot of time, forcing the flash out of both of the players from YAKUZA Gaming, but rock, paper, scissors does go down and the kill will go into the pocket of the Illaoi.
Yeah, I think the Irelia misplayed a bit there. She could have used her Q to on the champions and reset it multiple times and to gain some health back in, but I think that's just nitpicking. And yeah, really great gank in the top lane. Illaoi is pretty ahead right now, and Shyvana also gets the assist and the experience, is going to take the grubs as well for all her efforts.
Yeah, like we mentioned in Champion Select, rock, paper, scissors is the new top laner who has not played with his team for a long time. And YAKUZA Gaming identifying that and trying to make sure that he is far behind and trying to carry this game from the top lane.
Yeah, and make no mistake, he is very far behind. If you look at the goal right now, 500 goal behind, with the wave shoving out towards Flash in the top lane. So I think he's struggling right now.
I mean, he has to be careful here. Shyvana is on top side. He will use his ultimate and decides not to follow up on that, almost as if he was trying to poke. But the Shyvana is back again. Rock Paper Scissors is gonna go down once again in the span of 2 minutes. This time the kill going over to the Shyvana, and Rock Paper Scissors needs to calm down and just try to turtle up a bit, because this Ilawi and Shyvana, if they get fed off of him, it's gonna go really badly.
Yeah, I think he's keeping YAKUZA Gaming in the game right now, because every other lane has built up a lead of their own. But the top lane, that ult was just such a big misplay. I don't think you ever kill the Ilawi there. If you do want to all-in, try stunning her first, get those 4 marks, and then try for an all-in. And you can't really all-in the Ilawi under her turret anyway, and knowing fully
yeah,
well.
when she has the ultimate as well.
Oh,
Meanwhile, Akshat gets stunned under the turret and gets solo killed by Isnok. So misplay, huge misplay coming out from Katrina bot right there, almost throwing away the entire lead that he had built up to this point. Really well played by Isnok to identify where to stun and just locks him under the turret and beats him to death.
Yeah, I don't think that's something you see every day, folks. Catbot getting solo killed. But he was very reluctant to use the flash, and he did, however, disrespect the Echo under the turret. The pace for
we
with his
should
life.
be pulling up the replay of that real quick. After this fight in the bottom lane, we did see Gracias actually pick up 1 kill as soon as Akshay went down, but the Taric ultimate is just going to cancel out the last auto attack and keeps himself alive. So the Kais are not really able to get the second kill as well. So let's have a look at the mid lane solo kill by Isnok over to Akshaj whenever that is ready. Meanwhile, Gracias will be happy with his solo kill as well.
So we will be jumping into the top lane kill, which was just such a big misplay. Here in the mid lane, connects his Q, and the tech damage is his bane, because he gets the aggro and the turret. 2 shots, I mean, you are not going to survive in the Echo stun for too long anywhere under the turret. So pays the ultimate price with his life. And as you can see in the top lane, this is not laneable for the Irelia anymore.
Irelia is just not having a fun time. I mean, even after Black Infinity ganking him earlier on, giving him, like, making his opponent go so far behind. Okay, not so far behind, but a little bit behind. But still, Rock Paper Scissors is struggling a lot. And we see Black Infinity just doing what he does best, just gets the solo kill onto the mid laner. But this Ilawi, man, I am scared of what she's gonna become.
Yeah, and you should be. She gets 3 plates, gets 2 solo kills, and this is looking horrible for Rock, Papers, and Scissors. I don't
Let's
think...
have a look at the gold real quick. I want to see how much gold this Ilawi has on the Irelia. Oh my god, just look at that. 1500 gold at 10 minutes on a single champion. It's the Irelia, I don't think she can stay in lane anymore when the Ilawi
and
is there.
Ilawi is a really big lane bully once she gets ahead, and she is ahead, and every time Irelia looks to Q the Ilawi, I think he's gonna pay for it. It's becoming really hard for him to lane anymore, so I think Infinity, whenever his ult comes up...
even if the Rengar comes there and if Ilawi has ultimate, just because how far behind this Irelia is, I'm not sure if they both will have the damage to take the Ilawi down. As you all know, the more champions Ilawi has around her, the stronger she gets. And as I say that, another solo kill in the top lane. What is going on, guys? But we do see Kratos engaging onto the Zaya, but they do not realize it's a 1v3 and Kratos not being able to peel for his ADC. The Shyvana just making Gracias run circles around the flash forward and will finally get the kill. The Zaya forced to ultimate to safety, putting those feathers down, flash forward, and Shaggy will finally go down. The Rengar ultimate is live. He's trying to run away, trying to salvage something out of this disaster. What's going on? He jumps onto the Echo, and as we know, Echo can just press one button and go back to full HP and go back in time. So YAKUZA Gaming doing really well for themselves right now, and Temple of Kings just stunned.
Yeah, and lot to unpack there. Shyvana just jumping onto the Kai'Sa who had ult, who had her barrier available. I don't know why you wouldn't use even the flash. All those things available to her, and she refuses to use them and just dies. And everyone collapses onto the bot lane. Black Infinity does get the kill on Xayah and gets out with his life, but I think that was a series of real big misplays. Like, look at the Kai'Sa. She has her ultimate and barrier up. Just use it. Here, as you see, Leona and Rengar both just jump onto the Xayah. It's a 2-for-1 in the end, and it's quite favorable for YAKUZA Gaming. They are making
unacceptable. Yeah, it's just unacceptable for the Kai'Sa to die there. The Shyvana, it wasn't even like the burst damage that she just got obliterated into pieces. The Shyvana chased her for a good duration, a good like entire lane. The Kai'Sa should have just flashed away, used the barrier, keep herself alive. What are you saving your summoner spells for? There's not a major objective coming up. Yeah.
You can just use your ult and reposition yourself to get out of that fight.
I mean, that is just unacceptable right now. So both of these new players struggling in the top side, and misplay coming out from the Kai'Sa as well. But we do see Kratos in the bot lane. But here comes YAKUZA Gaming. The entire Goon squad is here, going after Kratos. The Xayah goes into melee range of the Leona. The Leona with the W will keep herself alive, and we have a quick pause. And Akshaj is in melee range of Illaoi right now with a pause in play. We hate to see that. I don't know what happened over there. So we do go back into the game, but they will be sparing no thought. A good fear will make sure that Akshad stays alive, but this Echo is out for blood. Flash forward, E will just press R and go back. So 8 kills to 5 from YAKUZA Gaming, and we have a series on hand, Kaka.
Yeah, YAKUZA Gaming showing up big time. Shutdown bounties on both Shyvana and Illaoi. And as you said, the Goon squad is here. All 5 members showed up in the mid lane for that fight. And they get their reward by killing way under the turret.
I mean, I'm at a loss of words. I'm not understanding what's going on. Akshaj 1-2-0 after having such a strong start in the lane, loosely gives away 1 kill, solo kill to the Echo, and after that Echo has been playing really well, capitalizing on the respite that he gets. Now Gracia's misplaying as well. So just this is what I talked about. Temple of Kings were not looking that perfect when they played against Altar of Kings as well, and it's the same case again against YAKUZA Gaming. I mean, it's just Black Infinity on the Rengar 301 living up to the expectations and the hype right now, and Temple of Kings really need to calm down and make sure that this game does not go more out of hand than it already has.
Yeah, and just look at the gold lead as well in the top lane. 2,000 gold ahead is the Illaoi. Everyone else is relatively the same or behind for the side of YAKUZA, but that Illaoi is going to be so much trouble. And
I mean, yeah, the most fed member on the side of Temple of Kings is like 20 gold ahead of his counterpart, so that just tells you the entire story of the game till now.
And not even now, because the Shyvana has gotten the gold lead now and has the Spear of Shojin, gets the Haunting Guys, has her Sorcerer's Shoes completed, and she is going to hurt. That poke is going to hurt.
Irelia does finish up her Blade of the Ruined King, so has that item with her, but
I think she is
Illaoi has the Frozen Gauntlet. You do not want to be fighting that Illaoi right now. The ultimate does connect, will get a Q, forced to flash away. That flash is not taking you anywhere. And the solo kill again, Flash Shell on a rampage. Black Infinity trying to come to the rescue of his top laner. Does end up taking down Iznog now. Akshaj and Black Infinity trying to stays on this Illaoi. Flash forward by Akshaj. The CC connects, forcing the flash out of the Illaoi. Now the QW will be dodged out beautifully by Flash Shell, but again, I don't think TOK will be too happy with that exchange. Now the Kaisa being
and-
caught out as well in the bot side, finally uses a flash trying to get to safety, but the Shyvana fireballs landing one after the other does get stunned up. The Tariq ultimate going down, a quick shutdown going on to the Kaisa. Kaisa goes back near the turret, and we have Zaya and the Tariq just trying to salvage a few kills back. Kratos does end up taking down Shaggy right there, so 2 for nothing for the side of Temple of Kings. Now Rock Paper Scissors does come down with a teleport, gets a quick kill onto the Tariq, and Isnok trades that right back up. So a huge extended fight coming on into the bot side, and Temple of Kings do get a little bit of gold back off of that.
Huge fight in the bot lane, and Temple of Kings trade 2 for 3. Irelia dies again but gets 1 kill to her name. So that wasn't too bad. Wei gets a shutdown on the Ilawi. That is
Really
big
well
as well.
played by YAKUZA right there.
Yeah,
A lot
really
of
well
gold in
played.
his pocket.
And
Ooh,
that
Black
Shyvana's
Infinity
dead.
has his eyes onto the Shyvana. The Leona route lands as well. So Black Infinity goes on the rampage on this kitty cat, out for blood, along with Kratos. We talked about their synergy, so they both will be looking to just take over the map as much as they can, as long as their carries are there to follow up with them. But we did see Rock Paper Scissors get a few bucks in his pocket right there off of that bot fight. And now we see Temple of Kings are just gonna start this dragon, but the teleport comes in from the Ilawi, forcing Temple of Kings back.
And the
Black
Rengar does not
Infinity
have
getting
smite.
caught near the dragon, and the blue team Kaisa has secured the dragon, but Rengar will go down. Gracias gets stunned up by the Tariq. Double kill coming on for Flash L on that Ilawi. You want to take care of that problem, buddy, before chasing on the other champions. They completely ignored the Ilawi in the Dragon Pit, and Flash L just completely annihilating Temple of Kings. I mean, sure, they do end up getting the dragon, but at what cost?
This is very risky. You can't fight 5v5 against the Tariq and the Fed Ilawi, especially in such a close space as well. But the Ilawi tentacles can just destroy the whole team, and that's what happened there. Infinity did not have his flash available, or maybe he did, I don't know. He did not have the smite. The Kaisa secures the dragon, but they lose 3 lives for it. Completely
I
not
mean,
worth that.
As if the Ilawi wasn't that far ahead, gets a lot of shutdowns as well. Kratos using the E beautifully to position himself out and get himself to safety. But Rock Paper Scissors finds himself stuck between a rock and a hard place right now. And let's see what comes out of this. Isnog ends up getting the kill onto Kratos regardless, and will, I don't know if he needed to flash over there, but hey, whatever it takes to secure the kill. And we have an ace coming from YAKUZA Gaming over Temple of Kings at 18 minutes. Kaka, what is going on?
I think they are just fighting dirty, and Rock Paper Scissors, he's just so far behind. I don't think you can even fight in any team fights anymore. Irelia has become a utility champion in this game. Kratos does beautifully well to position himself, but unfortunately does not get out, and it's an ace. And that Echo, my friend, is truly back in the game, even though he was getting destroyed.
Oh my
earlier
god,
in
look at how much
lane.
gold the Ilawi has.
She's 3,000 ahead. That's
Ilawi has
3,000 ahead.
9,000 gold at 19 minutes. And I just don't see how Temple of Kings are gonna deal with her in team fights. I don't think they can do a straight up 5v5 team fight anymore.
Yeah, I don't think so as well. I think they just have to rely heavily on Black Infinity and hope that he picks off these side laners, just like the Echo right now,
The
who
stun
is
misses
slightly
over the
overextended.
Echo. The Rengar is here. The ultimate buys himself so much time, but Isnog is just so strong and almost takes down Black Infinity and Rock Paper Scissors there, but Black Infinity does end up getting that huge shutdown. Now Kratos will find this dragon walking up into the bush, and the E follow-up misses, so that is all of that. But Black Infinity getting a good 700 gold in his pocket right there by killing the Echo.
Yeah, and he was confused as to what he should be making. Picked up the Noon Quiver, sold it, picked up the BF Sword, sold it, and now gets another lethality item. And he's just hoping to one-shot these carries right now, because I think that's the only win condition that they have with how the top lane
So
has
he
gone this
gets
game.
the brutalizer. I think
Oh,
it
Baron
builds
start
into
by
the
YAKUZA Gaming. That is very interesting. I
Positive
think
play right
that's
there.
a
We
good
do see
call,
Akshaj
actually.
in the bot lane. Yeah, Akshaj does have the teleport available to him, so he can teleport whenever they want to. But YAKUZA Gaming decides to back off, don't want to be throwing away any lead that they have. Maybe they were just looking to bait out the teleport from Akshaj right there, so that the next time they start it, they have the teleport advantage. But flash forward, flash dodge from the Ilawi, but the QW once again, people get so caught out with this ability, they just don't realize that it's an execute, does more damage when you're low and just has so much range. And what do we see here? Black Infinity is back in the top lane trying to get another kill onto Isnog. Now rock, paper, scissors secures that one, so killing this Echo on repeat. Now the Taric
I
gets
think-
stunned up as well, and Black Infinity
that's
gets
Baron.
another kill. That should be Baron, yeah.
That's Baron for TOK. The only thing Ilawi does not have right now is MR, and she has gotten a Null Magic Mantle to her name. But Akshaj making
Oh
full
my
use
god,
of...
lot of damage coming
That's a
out
lot of
from
damage,
this.
yeah. And then the Baron is gone.
Wave.
TOK, like, all is well again. Nothing happened. We didn't see anything before this 21 minutes.
Oh
so
no, I saw a
relax,
lot.
guys.
I saw a lot this game.
I- this has been a very competitive game. I think that's the biggest compliment I can give to YAKUZA Gaming. They have made it dirty and they have made it competitive.
I mean, they realize where their advantages lie. They focused the top lane and made this Ilawi just go so far ahead in the game curve. But Black Infinity just holding this entire team together like glue and make sure the game does not go away from there. Now, Rock, Paper, Scissors actually gonna 1v1 the Echo right there, but the teleport will come up from the Ilawi trying to save his fellow mid laner. The Shyvana is here as well. Black Infinity gets the kill onto the Echo. Flashel takes down the carry, and the ultimate is just gonna wreak so much havoc, but the Hwei is here. The AoE damage coming out from Hwei insanely high. So at the end of that exchange, it's a 2 for 2. And I think YAKUZA Gaming will be relatively happy for a 2 for 2 right now.
Yeah, they will be very happy. There is no need for the Irelia to fight here. You just don't have to do anything. Stand with the minion wave, get the turrets, let the Rengar decide what play he has to take instead of just forcing plays onto him. That's what happens. Infinity jumps on the Echo, finishes him off, and then jumps on the Ilawi. And the Ilawi ult just does so much damage to that squishy Rengar. Poor Infinity. I don't think he had any chance there. And Rock, Paper, Scissors has to realize that he does not need to find anymore. They have the advantage right now, and they could just end the game with the Baron.
I mean, man is fighting like he's 8-2, but someone remind him those numbers are switched up on his scoreboard right now. And we do see Temple of Kings take up the third dragon as well, so they are on soul point, and it is the Hextech soul as well. So this one of, if not the strongest soul in the game, gives you that static shift straight up, just enhancing the damage that they already have.
Yeah, and that soul is very, very good for the Rengar, for the Hwei, for the Kai support as well once she gets her Nashor's completed. Rengar in the bot lane again, trying to pick off the Echo, and does so.
Black Infinity is not letting this Echo play the game at all. In the top lane, getting 2 kills onto them. Now 2 times in the bot side as well. Isnok has had enough of this kitty cat swiping him down.
Yeah, and I think Isnok could have itemized better by going for these Zonias instead of Shadow Flame. And I think that's a big miss on his part, because there is an assassin roaming freely in the map, and he has been focusing Isnok heavily. So I think that's a miss on his end. I think he could have itemized much better, but yeah, you pay for it every time the Rengar ults. And in the top
I
lane,
mean, yeah, the Zonia synergizes so well with the Echo ultimate as well. So after the Zonia duration, your ultimate shadow is right on top of you. So any champions who are standing there take a lot of damage from your ultimate as well. Definitely, Zonia should have been the pick right there to buy him so much time from the Rengar. But he is paying for that, ends up dying 4 times in a row, so goes 7-7 from 7-3 just because Black Infinity is not gonna let him live. Now guess who's back here again? Look at the damage coming out from the Rengar.
yeah, I mean, that's a lot of damage. I think Infinity is just putting everyone on his back and carrying this team. But I have to give big props to Kratos again. Every time you see the Rengar assassinating someone, the Leona's there to stun the target for him. So I think these two have developed a great synergy in this tournament, and it's on full display right now.
I mean, yeah, so as we were talking about Black Infinity, we did not over exaggerate. You see, he just brought this game back from the jaws of what it was looking like a massive throw. So in Black Infinity and the Leona moving together as a singular unit and just making sure that everything is well on the rift for Temple of Kings.
And yeah, now not too much on the map. It is in a lull state right now. Not like there aren't any objectives up, so everyone's just looking to farm peacefully, and Black Infinity is looking to assassinate whoever is going to the side lane. And as you can see, the fear of Rengar, the Echo refuses to go down in the bot lane and clear the waves and fight in the top again. So rock, paper, scissors, learn from your mistakes and stop fighting him.
I mean, someone needs to give this guy a pep talk. I think he is just trying to delay this Illaoi from taking this turret as much as he can, but it's just not going to help. All he needs to do is just clear those waves, stay under turret, and wait for his team to come and bail him out, or just wait for his team to take the entire base from YAKUZA Gaming. I mean, I guess he is doing that. As long as he doesn't die, it should be fine to take those trades, because Temple of Kings is knocking on the door of YAKUZA Gaming. And now, as we discussed, Rock Paper Scissors, just stay alive, let Infinity come, kill the Illaoi, do this, rinse and repeat, and you should be able to close this game out.
Yeah, exactly that. Just wait for the Rengar to show up. He is so fed. He just picked up the Infinity Edge as well, complementing his IGM. So I think, I think that's how you play this game out now. Baron is going to get started by Black, and he's doing it solo right now. Kaisa does show up to
Pretty
help.
sure with the Kaisa they can do that.
Engage
Flash engage onto Akshaj. The stun misses, but the exhaust buying a lot of time, but the Wage is just doing so much damage. Flash out from the Zaya will actually secure the kill, forcing the flash out of Kratos as well. So some respite right there, but while all of that was happening, Temple of Kings have secured the Baron buff. 28 minutes. This is the longest best of game that we have seen right now, and I mean, it's again Temple of Kings in a longer game. We saw them take a game to 40 minutes against Altar of Kings, and now it's 28 minutes. I don't think they will be too happy with the performance that they have shown today.
Yeah, I mean, they can't be too happy with it. People, both the solo laners got solo killed this game. So did the bot lane as well. The Kaisa just refused to use her abilities. But I mean, little does it matter, right? They get the Baron, they get the Hextech Soul. Black Infinity again just showing us why he's the best jungler in South Asia.
I mean, but yeah, just by the quality of players in the lanes, I don't think it should be on Black Infinity alone to, completely save the game for his team like that. We should be expecting lane storms all around, well, bar the top lane, and we would be expecting top lane to hold his own as well. But we have an engage in the middle lane right there, but nothing comes out of that. The Illaoi is just too tanky, but Black Infinity just says hello to the Zaya. Zaya using her ultimate earlier on to save herself, but does not have that backup in time. So there goes that carry. Now Flash Shell going down dangerously low. Double kill being picked up by Gracias on this Kaisa, and Temple of Kings marching on to the Nexus to secure the first game of this semi-finals. And very scuffed gameplay, and definitely not a statement game, taking 30 minutes to go on to the Nexus turret. We expected a lot more coming out from Temple of Kings, and even though they secured this game, it was not a pretty sight.
Yeah, I mean that's their reputation, right? Even though they have won the game, we are still saying that this was not a great performance by them. And this is a semi-final and for the place in the grand finals as well. And they have finished the game in 30 minutes. Let's not kid around. But yeah, a lot of changes in the roster as well. The top lane is new, the support is new, and the ADC was new in the game as well. So they have had to make a few adjustments here and there, but they have come out victorious again. So I will give them their props, albeit they made it harder than it should have been.
I mean, a victory is a victory. They go 1-0 up on this best of 3 series, but I think it is time that they realize they're at the business end of this tournament. They can't be playing around like this, and they should be really coming out strong and trying to put up a statement performance, and not get stressed out in the middle. I'm pretty sure Black Infinity would be stressing, is like, oh, I need to carry this on my back once again. So let's hope that is not the case in game 2. And props to YAKUZA Gaming. They really made Temple of Kings run for their money in the mid game, and it was looking like YAKUZA Gaming might even end up on top at one point. And I think they shouldn't be too bummed out about this defeat. They should be high on confidence. They should calm down a little bit as well, and I'm pretty sure that they can keep up the same energy in the second game and make sure that they give us another competitive game and maybe push it towards third game, so that what we have not seen till now.
For YAKUZA, there are a few learnings here. You have seen how weak the top lane is right now. You do realize you can't give the Rengar to Black Infinity, so maybe you try to find a counter, maybe pick up Poppy jungle or something else. But yeah, top is definitely the weak point, and I think that's where they will be targeting. They would be very happy if rock, paper and scissors decides to pick up a carry champion again against the likes of Ilawi or Ornn or any other bruiser tank, essentially. So YAKUZA Gaming did show up in this game, and they have done their bit. They tried really hard. Unfortunately, they could not topple the giants that Temple of Kings are, but I think that this was a great showing from them, and they shouldn't be afraid in the second game anymore, right?
I mean, yeah, definitely YAKUZA Gaming should be proud of themselves, making Temple of Kings run around, making them look silly for a bit as well. And pretty sure that they can keep this up in the second game as well. And let's just hope for another competitive game of League of Legends. So guys, that was the first game in this best of 3 series in the second semi-finals for the Community Cup. Let's have a look at the highlights of that game and let's see how it all unfolded.
Yeah, and I won't be surprised, as has been the usual behavior in this tournament, that the top lane is where all the action happens. One top laner is just too good for the other one, and this is what's going to happen again. This was the solo kill in the mid lane. I thought Akshar was pretty set here. He had a 20-25 CS goal advantage with the solo kill, but then ended up dying. Here, beautiful dive in the top lane, realizing there is a pushing wave coming towards rock, paper, scissors, and he just gets dove and dies. But the action did not stop here, right? He just kept on fighting for some reason and just gave the chances away to the enemy team.
This was the moment in the mid lane when Iznok came back a little bit and he just started becoming a menace after that. I mean, Black Infinity again trying to help out his laners as much as he can, trying to get those kills. And he tried real hard to make sure rock, paper, scissors does not go really far behind, but rock, paper, scissors not helping his own case, fighting again and again and again, and most of the times not for any good reason. And here we see Gracias, you have your ultimate, you have barrier, you have flash. Why are you dying to the Shyvana right there? That does not make sense at all. And we see a lot of kills being picked up by YAKUZA Gaming in this region of the map as well. I think here is where Akshaj DC'd for a bit and came after the pause, and that was unfortunate. But again, Yakuza Gaming, as you see in the mid game, actually had the gold lead on themselves.
Yeah, and they were looking good for their gold lead as well. Shyvana had a great start to the game. The Spear of Shojin completed, the Liandry's Torment completed. In the top lane, Frozen Gauntlet, Black Cleaver, Sterug's Gauge. They had the tools to win this game, but it's just like when it matters the most, the better players show up, right? And Black Infinity, Akshaj, Kratos, they always show up. Even if they fall behind, there is a sense of inevitability that Temple of Kings is going to take the game, and that's what happened here.
I mean, we are talking about Infinity a lot, but I think the secret hero under the shadows in this game was the Leona, shining that sunlight bright all over his team and making an insane synergy, as you see here on screen as well, with Black Infinity going all around the map, making sure he sets up those skills for Black Infinity really well. So Kratos coming up real clutch and making sure that his team gets out on top.
Yeah, Kratos, he did tank a few bans in the second phase and in the first phase as well. Picks up the Leona again. We talked about how comfortable he is on the champion. What I like about this game is the synergy between Kratos and Black Infinity. They were together. They're like the Bash Bros, right? They see people, they kill people, and that's what they have been doing the whole tournament. This is what they did in this game as well. You will see a couple of highlights where the Leona and the Rengar just catch the Ilavis, the Echo, and just kill them again and again. This was a beautiful solo kill on to the Ilavi. That Ilavi was pretty fed before this, and Akshaj manages to kill the Ilavi, and this is where the Temple of Kings get the Baron as well. And I think this is where you felt like TOK was back in the game.
Yeah, definitely.
But we will jump on to the next highlight, where again the Irelia decides to fight again, and Black Infinity pays for his pays for it with his life right here. Just look at that. Why would you fight there?
Maybe they were trying to engage. I don't know. I can't wrap my head around that. But again, we will see Black Infinity just kill this Echo on repeat, and just look at these champions. You see them for a second, and then there's a Rengar in the air, and then you don't. Just look at the burst damage that's gonna come out right now. Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
faster than you can blink. So
yeah, but props to Black Infinity. Rengar is not a standard pick. You don't see Rengar in tournament games
definitely
at all. So you have to have a lot of courage to pick that champion and then make it work. But again, he is a Rengar main, so I think he knows what he's doing and he knows what he's going to do in the game as well. What his champion is capable of, and makes it work. Makes it look easy. Just him though. And are you expecting a Rengar ban coming out for the second game? Oh my god, where is that Dayako? I think they should at least look at it.
They should discuss about it. It should be in the back of their heads. I mean, there was a Rengar who just solo carried the mid game and made sure that YAKUZA Gaming does not develop an insane lead. So yeah, I think banning the Rengar out would be a wise option from the side of YAKUZA Gaming.
I mean, yeah, if you are asking me if they should be banning the Ezreal or the Rengar, I think there's only one correct answer here, and that's the Rengar, right? First phase bans, they can change it a little, ban out the Rengar, keep the Irelia as open as you can, just bait it out if you want. But yeah, like I think you get rid of that Rengar, but then Infinity picks another assassin maybe, or he picks the Karthus, and then it's another story where the Karthus has the death cap, has 200 farm in 20 minutes, and just presses R and destroys the whole backline. So you can ban the Rengar, but you can't ban out Black Infinity.
I mean, that is the thing. He's not a one trick. He just plays so many champions at the highest level. And another thing I want to look at over the draft from YAKUZA is the amount of focus that they put on the bot side. They banned out, I think, all 5 of the bans for bot laners, if I'm not wrong.
They were,
and
yes.
even after all of that, their bot lane was, I'm pretty sure, at 1.0 and 6, something like that. So I don't know if all of that effort to make sure the bot lane gets the perfect priority picks that they want, and even after that goes 0-6, it's just something has gone terribly wrong there. Maybe they can be looking to spread out those draft advantages. We saw Isnok do really well for himself. Maybe give him some agency in the draft right there. Because unfortunately, I mean, I don't blame Shaggy as well. You have a Fed Rengar and you're an ADC, you just don't get to play the game anymore at that point. But even in lane, I did not feel like Shaggy and Wannabe Master actually did that well.
Yeah, I agree with you completely. 5 bans, 5 bot lane bans, 5th pick Taric. A lot of resources in the draft were used to get this bot lane ahead and rolling, but unfortunately that did not happen because there was a Rengar who was fed running onto the rift. But yeah, they could change up the draft a bit and focus their efforts more into the top side, and I think that's the path to victory for YAKUZA Gaming, if there is one.
So 30 minutes and 36 seconds is how long YAKUZA Gaming could hold out against the Giants Temple of Kings, and I'm pretty sure they won't be too sad about that. They did really well. The KDA being 27-19 in favor of Temple of Kings, but that KDA was looking dangerously low and dangerously bad in the early stages of the game. Gold lead about 11k for Temple of Kings, 8 towers to 4, gets the Hextech Soul with only 1 Ocean Dragon for the side of YAKUZA Gaming. Needed only 1 Baron from Temple of Kings to close the game out. The Rift Herald, of course, being picked up by YAKUZA right there, 3 Void Grubs to help them out as well. And then again, looking at those bans as real Jinx and 3 supports, and even after all of that, the bot lane is not significantly ahead. So something has to change in that draft phase, for me at least.
Yeah, although the scoreboard does not tell the whole story of the game, because there were a lot of ebb and flows in this game. Yeah, but looking at those bans, right? The Thresh ban, the Jinx ban, the Ezreal ban, I think you could change up all 3 bans right there and it would make a huge difference to the game. You still left the Leona open, and Kratos is very comfortable on the Leona because he loves to roam, he loves to stun people and kill them. So yeah, a lot to... I mean, YAKUZA did pretty well, but I think they can change up the draft and you know, set themselves up for a better game too. Going into the damage graph, I mean, my bet is on Black Infinity to be the highest damage.
There's a way in the game, buddy.
That is crazy.
Way is doing like twice as much as damage than everyone else. Oh,
yeah,
but
oh
my god.
Look, I mean, put your eyes on the Ilawi damage as well, considering she was not in a lot of team fights, and this was just isolated damage. She has done quite well as well, and this is where you can build your next game from. Zaya, not that significant. 8,700 damage is pretty low.
Did less damage lower than the Leona.
Yeah, exactly. So I think the bot lane can do better, but overall I think YAKUZA Gaming has done pretty well.
So yeah, way with all of that AoE damage in those team fights just coming up clutch. So Katrina bot making sure this team comes up ahead in those team fights. And so again, it was the core of Temple of Kings in Black Infinity, Katrina bot and their new support Kratos, that stabilized this game for them and made sure that nothing funny happened, and we did not have the upset of the year in YAKUZA Gaming taking a game off of Temple of Kings. But again, not very happy with the showing Temple of King had. I'm expecting them to do much more better, because they are fighting for a place in the grand finals, and the team waiting for them, Reign of Terror, I think they can capitalize on mistakes made by Temple of Kings far better, and they do not want to be, going into the grand finals, if they go into the grand finals, doubting themselves or feeling like there is a chance to throw the game.
Yeah, and YAKUZA Gaming lost their first game of the tournament, and I think that says a lot about the tournament they've had as well. Temple of Kings, of course, have shown vulnerability in this one, and Reign of Terrors are looking for sure today and just taking notes. Top lane has died this many times and everything, so they will be keeping their eyes on this game as well.
And yeah, so guys, that was our first game in this best of 3, the second semi-finals of the Esports Club Community Cup July Open, powered by Zotac. We will be right back for the second game of the series. Stay tuned.
I'll change your perspective, I'll teach you a lesson. Make it my mission. Oh yeah, I'll have you wishing you could go back in time to never test my limits. Nothing you say will fix it. I'm too out of my mind. You're riding high, but I've got you this time. Oh, look at me now. Oh, look at me now. Try to take me down. Lost but now I'm found. Used to be the victim in the dead of night, but I can be a villain in the moonlight. Look at me now. In the moonlight. Got
Climbing up the hill, trying to get a deal, trying to get a meal. Hungry on the beat, hungry so I eat. And I don't know the feet, I only know the heat. I only know the grind, I only know the sweet. Yo, I miss sweat, I only know the best. That's up on my chest, I only know the reps. I only know what's next, nothing more, nothing less. All on my name, I've been watching all the game. And I'm trying to make moves, yeah, I'm trying to make moves. And they trying to move chains. It's a goal on my name, it's a goal on my name, it's a goal on my name, it's a goal on my name. I've been watching all the game. And I'm trying to make moves, yeah, I'm trying to make moves. And they trying to move chains. It's a goal on my name, it's a goal on my name, it's a goal on my name. Y'all trying to move chains, I ain't into playing games, I ain't into naming names, but I mean it just the same. When I name and the lights turn to flame, and the flame turn to ash, but the goal will remain. Yeah, goal on my name, I've been watching all the game. And I'm trying to make moves, yeah, I'm trying to make moves. And they trying to move chains. It's a goal on my name, it's a goal on my name, it's a goal on my name, it's a goal on my name. I've been watching all the game. And I'm trying to make moves, yeah, I'm trying to make moves. And they trying to move chains. It's a goal on my name, it's a goal on my name, it's a goal on my name. This ain't what you thought it was. This ain't for nights out or for good enough. This for early AM, still waking up. Trying to make it, yup. It's our time and we gon' take it up. Goal on my name, I've been watching all the game. And I'm trying to make moves, yeah, I'm trying to make moves. And they trying to move chains. It's a goal on my name, it's a goal on my name, it's a goal on my name, it's a goal on my name. I've been watching all the game. And I'm trying to make moves, yeah, I'm trying to make moves. And they trying to move chains. It's a goal on my name, it's a goal on my name, it's a goal on my name, it's a goal on my name. I've been watching all the game. And I'm trying to make moves, yeah, I'm trying to make moves. And they trying to move chains. It's a goal on my name, it's a goal on my name, it's a goal on my name, it's a goal on my name. I've been watching all the game. And I'm trying to make moves, yeah, I'm trying to make moves. And they trying to move chains. It's a goal on my name, it's a goal on my name, it's a goal on my name.
Yeah, welcome back, guys, to the second semi-finals of the Esports Club Community Open, July Open, and what a game we had! 30-minute long Temple of Kings, sweating for a second right there in the middle game, and YAKUZA Gaming showing up big time. And let's just hope this loss, the first map, doesn't bother them too much, and they can just come back out strong and come out guns blazing once again.
Yeah, if anything, YAKUZA Gaming would have gained confidence from that game because they had more than a fighting chance. They were at a lot of multiple points up in the gold graph as well. The top lane, the jungle, were showing up big time. Isnok did get slightly outclassed, but did come back, however, in the game, got a solo kill to his name, and was streaking as well. So I think YAKUZA Gaming will not be as afraid of Temple of Kings, but the bot lane has a lot of work to do right now, especially with the resources that they had in the last game.
So jumping right into the draft of the second game of the semi-finals, brought to you by Zotac Gaming, and we have Temple of Kings back on that blue side with the first pick advantage, and YAKUZA Gaming will be getting that counter pick which they used for the Taric last time. So I don't know what happened that draft, But Temple of Kings banning out the Silas, Yakuza Gaming sticking to the Ezreal ban. They do not want that champion in their games. And let's see what Temple of Kings reply with here.
Yeah, I think the Vlad should be banned again if they think it's such a big deal. I'm very curious to see if Temple of Kings ban the Irelia themselves in this game.
I mean, that would be something. Temple of Kings take out the Xinjiao, one of the stronger junglers, just has a lot of agencies, really easy to gank with, and if gets ahead is just a menace roaming around. Yakuza Gaming changing up their draft. Finally, they realized Akshaj was something that they just could not handle, even after getting a solo kill in the mid lane. So just taking the way right off of him, they do not want to deal with that, and there you go, they do not want to be dealing with that Rengar as well. So straight up out of the bat, we have Yakuza Gaming changing up their draft drastically and banning out the Hue and the Rengar. And Kaka, what do we have here?
We have a first pick Seraphine is what we have here right now. Very surprising. I think that's going to go into the bot lane on the hands of Baba is what I'm going to expect. Talking about the ban phase, the Rengar, the way I think you had to ban those champions and they have. Kaisa answer against the Seraphine. I like that. Kaisa is a really strong champion on the current patch. Can go both AD and AP route. So and can go into the mid lane and the bot lane. So I think Kaisa is a really good pick. And so far I like what I see from Yakuza. But that Seraphine is really strong as well, by the way.
I mean, definitely Seraphine, if I'm assuming it's gonna be the carry position on Baba, so it can be really obnoxious just after one or two items, just brings out so much healing and utility for his team. And if Akshaj and Black Infinity try to pick hard carry junglers, they essentially have two supports, the Seraphine as well as the actual support, and it's just really hard for them to deal with it then. Now we do see the Viego being locked in, one of the strongest champions of Black Infinity after Rengar, and I'm really excited to see what he can do on this champion.
Yeah, Viego is a great champion, especially paired up with the Seraphine. You can go full AD, don't have to get those tank items. Of course, you're a great bruiser, get those resets in the fights and then just wreak havoc. I like the Zac pick coming out from Yakuza though. But that gets answered by the Poppy support is what I'm going to guess. So I think that's a great
already
answer.
So good right now. Can cancel the Kaisa ultimate. Can mess up the Zac engages as well. So I'm a big fan of Poppy. If the support knows how to play Poppy well, is just so hard to play around that champion, because of the disengage that it can bring on the table. And Isnog will go on that Veigar. We did see him play it in the last series and he did show up big time. So Isnog on that Veigar once again.
Yeah, and I think Yakuza Gaming made a slight blunder. I think that Zac should have been third pick so that you don't get countered by the Poppy and can ban in the second phase. If you're going to blind pick Veigar, just do it in the first phase. You don't have to wait till the third pick. And I think that's a blunder there. Thresh ban, Katarina ban against Katarina bot. I think, I mean, that's... I don't want to talk too much about that. Yeah, it's literally in the name, so it's fine. A Veigar pick in the mid lane, blind Veigar, I'm not a big fan, but again, he did play it very well in the last series against the Untamable Beast. And so yeah, let's give him the benefit of the doubt and see what he is cooking.
So we round off the bans with the Malphite and the Nautilus, and we have the second phase of the draft right now. Let's see what Yakuza Gaming are feeling like. So they do take the Garen again in the top lane. If Garen goes ahead, there are very few champions who can deal with him. Just press E, spin, crit away and do so much AoE damage, take trades, go back, heal back up with his passive. Garen is just one of the most bully worthy champions in the game right now. So definitely picking that one up is good against Rock Paper Scissors, who did have a slight hiccup, if I might say so myself, and it looks like the Seraphine is actually gonna go. I mean ADC, yeah,
In the
the
mid lane.
Tristana. The Tristana should be mid lane. I think
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Tristana should be
correct.
mid lane against the Veigar. So it's gonna be Seraphine and Poppy in the bot lane, and we round off the team comp of Temple of Kings with the Mordekaiser up against the Garen in the top side. I think that is a good matchup for the Mordekaiser because melee versus melee, he just ramps up his passive and can deal with the Garen somehow. And we round out the support again. They go for the support as the last pick, and it's gonna be the Soraka trying to keep the HPs topped up, and let's see how that will work out for them. Don't expect a lot of fireworks into the bot side. The Seraphine would be just looking to scale up, and with the Soraka you don't really have that much of an engage potential. All of the engage lies in the hand of the Zac right there for YAKUZA Gaming.
Yeah, I like what I like the draft coming out from Temple of Kings. They have picked very wisely the Poppy to counter the Kaisa dash. That's going to be very occasional, but it counters the Zac completely, especially in the big team fights. Mordekaiser is a good answer into the Garen. If he gets ahead, then he can just 1v1 any champion of the on the Rift, right? Viego with the great reset option, Seraphine to boost the all three champions essentially in Mordekaiser, Viego, and Tristana. So I think Temple of Kings have the right answers for YAKUZA Gaming's draft. And YAKUZA Gaming, again, we know them for their wonky drafts, right? The Garen top, the Zac jungle, blind picking Veigar, and Soraka 5th pick. So I think they have gotten what they wanted. Now let's see if it's good enough to go against the Temple of Kings.
I mean, you might wonder what the red side advantage is for YAKUZA Gaming, because they did opt for red side in the second game as well. So they are playing and picking for the counter pick, but they end up picking all of the carries in the first phase of the draft. So what are you saving the counter for? Temple of Kings get the counter in the top side, Temple of King gets the counter in the middle lane as well. So definitely something that YAKUZA Gaming should work out on.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think saving last pick for the support can be wise, but then they're not at the cost of just getting countered all over the place, right? Again, that comes down to how they drafted as well. And I think that Zac could have come out later. I don't think that's a champion that was going to get banned. You can always pick the Veigar first. You could even flirt with the idea of Kaisa being mid lane as well. So I think it just depends on what your priorities are and how you are going to draft. And Temple of Kings again show us the flexibility of their picks. The Poppy could have gone to the top lane, ends up going in the support. The Tristana could have gone to the bot lane, ends up going in the mid lane. So I think they just pick their champions and go to the role according to the enemy champions, which is the wiser move anyway, right?
And we do see Akshaj on this Tristana, and again he has the support of this Seraphine on his back as well. So I'm assuming Akshaj is gonna be the main man to look out for in this game as well. Can dish out a lot of damage on the Tristana, and if the Tristana gets ahead, you know, it's just running circles around the entire enemy team, doing so much burst damage, having so much mobility with those jump resets as well. And along with the Seraphine's extra added layer of support, I think this Tristana is gonna be a huge issue if YAKUZA Gaming is not careful with that.
Yeah, and they have two reset champions in the Viego and the Tristana as well. Tristana can just break turrets for fun. So you can't leave her alone in the side lane. And if the Garen gets behind, I think Tristana has all the tools to solo the Garen as well, or take the turrets underneath his nose. So I think YAKUZA Gaming have to be wary of that Tristana in the mid lane. But talking about the bot lane again, if you're going to pick Soraka with the Kaisa, that's not a very aggressive lane to me, and that just tells me that they are looking to go into the late game with all the scaling that they have picked. And we are going to jump into the game and let's see how this one unfolds.
So again, level 1, pretty standard stuff, just guarding the entrances, trying to put down those deep wards to know where the jungler is starting. Not looking for anything crazy, but here we see again Flash L positioning himself up in that pixel bush where he ended up almost killing rock paper scissors on that Ilaoi earlier on, but decides to walk back up to his turret's safety, and nothing much happening in the initial phases of the game. Let's see where the junglers are starting. The Zac and the Viego will start on the same side of the map, taking the help from their bottom lane for that leash, and will try to look to gank top side first.
Yeah, and talking about the summoner spells, Garen does have Ignite, so he is going to... I mean, he has realized that this might be the weak point for Temple of Kings and he wants to push his advantage, takes the Ignite, will be looking to solo kill Rock, Paper and Scissors whenever he can. In the bot lane, Wannabe Masters are taking the Ghost over heal or barrier. That is very interesting. He just wants to run around and heal everyone. So, yeah, quite different from what we usually see, and I for one like it. I think Garen with Ignite is pretty good.
Soraka probably thinking there's not a lot of kill potential with the Seraphine and the Poppy, so they don't really need the extra defensive summoner spells. But I think later on for a champion like Tristana, the exhaust could have been useful. You have a Viego running up to you as well. So I would have preferred the exhaust at least, but the mobility on Soraka, if Soraka stays alive because of the extra mobility, that just does so much more compared to an exhaust anyway.
Yeah, for sure. But provided you get into the late game or provided you're not so far behind already that you get to use the Ghost and run around the rift. A Poppy support with Halo Blades and Ignite can solo the Soraka on her own, by the way. That champion is very strong in the early game.
So we do see the standard level 3 engage coming on from the Tristana. Did not actually go all that well for Akshaj in the mid lane. Trades about equal HP, but Rock Paper Scissors making the Garen run around for his life. Garen trying to spin to win. The Ignite starts to tick away, but the passive from the Mordekaiser are doing so much damage, and Rock Paper Scissors coming up big. A revenge first blood for him in the top lane.
Going against the Ignite, Garen takes first blood, finds the right opportunity. The Garen had used his Q on a minion, and that's when the Mordekaiser realized that this is a good chance to go in, gets the solo kill, gets first blood to his name, and it's already looking much better than the first game for him.
Yeah, goes up and helps himself with a giant spell. A flash engaged by the Poppy, realizes the Soraka is dangerously close to the wall, and it's like almost solo killing the Soraka on his own. Kratos is just so good. The Soraka was near the wall for a split second, and Kratos realized that, did not hesitate to flash engage on his own and takes down the support of YAKUZA Gaming. Akshaj in the mid lane will try to jump up on this Veigar and trade some damage, but good trade back coming on from Iznok. Let's have a look at the replay of that bot lane engage from Kratos right there.
Yeah, and as we had spoken about as well, the Poppy can be really strong in the early game. With the Hail of Blades, with the Ignite, can essentially solo the enemy champion, and that is exactly what she did. Found one right opportunity to knock the Soraka up against the wall and just destroy her, taking both her summoners as well. This could be another solo kill.
Into the turret, takes 2 turret hits, but actually comes up on top in that exchange because of the minion wave. A lot of ranged minions just doing damage to Rock Paper Scissors. So Rock Paper Scissors did get the solo kill, but is a little low on HP. And here we see the flash engage, beautiful engaged by Kratos right there, realizing the opportunity. And this is what differentiates great players from good players. Like, you just take decisions in a split second and don't think and don't doubt yourself and don't doubt your ability. But in the top side, Flashel taking rock paper scissors dangerously low right there.
Yeah, and Zac is looking for a gang down in the bottom lane. Oh, misses the knocker,
The
but pulls
stretchy
the
arms will
Seraphine in.
connect, forcing the flash out of Gracias right there. And Kratos is here. The stun is gonna land, forcing the flash out of Zac. Flash follow up from Black Infinity will poke him with his stick at the end to secure the passive at least. Keep on going, and the second kill coming on to the AD carry of Temple of Kings. The Zac passive is back up, and he decides to engage right back in, trying to get a kill on Gracias right there, but ends up just dying. So Black Infinity again comes to the bot side and helps himself with quick 3 KP.
Yeah, let's get a replay of that fight as well as soon as we can. Viego comes down to the bot lane, 2 kills and an assist to his name. This was a very long fight. The Zac comes in, misses his knock-up, gets punished for it heavily. Kratos and ends up dying here. The Kaisa flashes in to his death essentially after killing the Poppy. Zac passive had been blown and he decides to jump back in. The Seraphine did a lot of work in this fight, honestly, assisting the Viego wherever she could. And yeah, Infinity just gets a solid lead for himself in game 2 again.
I mean, yeah, Viego going so far ahead so early on is not good news for YAKUZA Gaming, and especially Black Infinity's Viego on the top lane. We do see these two bruisers fighting it out again, but here comes the flying blob and will take down rock, paper, scissors right there. A kill coming on to rock, paper, scissors, goes 2 and 1, while the Garen is 0 and 2 right now. So Big Boss helping out his top laner quite a bit over there. But we do see
Akshaj is coming.
The duo of the jungle and mid laner will secure the kill over onto the jungler of YAKUZA Gaming, and it's just a matter of time before Black Infinity goes on a killing spree and secures himself the 3rd kill.
Yeah, and it's the backbone of the team again. Black Infinity shows up into the top lane. The rock, paper, scissors has been doing much better than the last game. Has 2 solo kills to his name, but ends up dying to Big Boss. But that does not matter as much because Tristana made her way into the top lane, gets a trade kill onto the Zac, and get the Garen as well for all their efforts. So Black Infinity doing really well there.
So already Temple of Kings doing much better than game 1 and have taken up a solid gold lead very early on in the game. They did take the grubs and the first dragon as well. So all is well for Temple of Kings right now.
Yeah, and everything's back to normal again. Takes the grubs. The first dragon has gone to Temple of Kings as well. With Black Infinity 3, 0 and 2. Every lane is winning. Tristana is getting those chunks into the turret as well. So this is what they expected, and beautiful disengage towards the Zac. And this is where he's going to find it really difficult to gang the bot lane as long as the Poppy's alive.
That's what we were talking about, and I think it's just impossible for the Zac to gang the bottom lane as long as the Poppy W is up. The Akshaj will keep on trading with this Veigar, but that Veigar cage just buys so much space to keep himself alive. And in the top lane, rock, paper, scissors giving this Garen a hard time. 0-3 at 9 minutes with a Berserker Greaves and a Longsword in his inventory. I don't think he can hold up against this Mordekaiser for way longer.
Yeah, once the Mordekaiser gets his Rylai's, he is going to be able to chase the Garen down. Tristana in the mid lane, Akshaj has been trading relentlessly against the Vega.
Here we are
whenever he
looking
has
for
his-
a dive in the bottom lane. Beautiful ultimate from the Seraphine. He will land on both of the bot laners of YAKUZA Gaming. Kratos does take down the Soraka. And the Kaisa goes down from the hands of Black Infinity as well. Now the Vega does teleport, and he's not happy with this teleport right there. The Poppy actually ends up tanking the turret. Misplay there coming out from the side of Temple of Kings. They were not on the same page right there. The flash engage from Infi trying to get the kill, but they end up giving 2 kills to the Vega, and Akshaj is not gonna be happy with that. And while all of that was happening, we see another solo kill in the top lane. So rock, paper, scissors is like, well, you saw me not play Irelia so well, but let me show you what I can do on this Mordekaiser.
Yeah, and boy, he has shown up in this game. Let's get a quick replay of the bottom fight again. Black Infinity gets the 1 kill onto the Soraka, if I'm not wrong, or it might have been the Kaisa. Great engage by the Seraphine. They just burst down the Kaisa so quickly she can't even use any of her spells. But Iznok TPs into the bot lane, kills Kratos with his ultimate, and then runs into the brush. Beautiful flash by him there to dodge the Viego ult. Uses his Q onto the brush, and Viego, I think Infinity should have expected that was going to happen, so he essentially wastes his flash, but we'll give it a nice try, and this could be a solo kill. Oh, that was close.
Yeah, he did have his ultimate, probably could have blown that. But yeah, Akshaj is gonna have a hard time in this mid lane now that the Vega did end up getting 2 kills and has completed his Ludin's Echo, and this Vega is slowly trying to, you know, scale up and make sure that he can put his team on his back.
Yeah, and once the Vega gets his first item, as he has the Ludin's Tempest, he can be so oppressive. You can just press W into the backline minions and the wave dies, and you can just keep pushing. There's no real threat by the Tristana onto the Vega because you have the cage, and this will be a bit comfortable now for Iznok.
Definitely, and in the top lane we do see the Rylai's being completed. Now the Zac is here as well, but Mordekaiser can just use his ultimate to make it a 1v1. In the bot side we have a dive again. Black Infinity gets a double kill on the bottom side of the map, and rock, paper, scissors comes out on top in his ultimate duel with the Garen, forcing the Zac to flash away as well, but the Rylai's Crystal Scepter is just doing so much CC, and you see the Zac has his passive. Why would you try to chase him under the turret, man? You pop his passive, sure, but you end up paying with your life.
Yeah, plays like these make me question where his head is at. You know the Zac has the passive. Why would you try to go inside the turret and then try to kill the Zac? Just let him be. You got your solo kill again. I thought it was foolish of Zac to gank the Mordekaiser in the first place, but then if you get a one for one off it, I think that's pretty worth, right? Talking about the fight in the bot lane, they just keep diving this last pick Soraka, which has not shown its value as of now to us, and Black Infinity 7-1 and 3 again, making this game look silly.
10 KP in 13 minutes for Black Infinity. I mean, there is just no end to sing his praises. He's just so good. He's just leagues ahead of his competition right now, and he keeps showing up big time again and again, and keeps reminding us why he is the best jungler in the region.
Yeah, and it's not even close, right? I mean, he knows where his where the strong points are in the team comp, and again the synergy between Kratos and Infinity is just too good. Just keep diving bot lane, keep getting ahead. He is going to get his wits end pretty soon, and that Viego is a monster right now.
Flash forward to ultimate the Garen. He is stacking the turret right there. He does end up getting the kill, but it's gonna be a 1-for-1 trade, which is always gonna be better for the Garen because he is far behind. Blows up the flash from rock, paper,
Can I
scissors
just
as well.
ask our observer to not show us top lane anymore because it's hurting my eyes? Why would you flash inside the turret and just trade 1-for-1? It makes no sense against the 0-5 Garen. It makes no sense. I am so. It is unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'm at loss of words right now.
So in the bot side river, we do see Akshaj taking down the Veigar dangerously low, but the Soraka ultimate does come to save the day. So bounties on Infinity and Akshaj as well as Gracias right now, and beautiful disengage coming on from the Zac. Akshaj does jump to follow up, but he is not going to do anything more than that. So 15 minutes into the game, we have a quick pause. Let's just look at the scoreboard and take a look at the game state right now. I think if you're YAKUZA Gaming, you are looking towards that Veigar as a way of winning this game.
As the savior,
He's the only
right?
saving grace. Yeah, so it is 15
Yeah.
minutes and he has about 115 stacks of his Q right now. So he will be looking to keep on gaining those stats up and make sure that this game can drag drag on as long as it can, so that he can scale up to be a monster. Good flash out from Akshaj to flash the cage and get the kill onto the Veigar right there. Rift Herald being used in the top side meanwhile.
Yeah, they will
He
get the
takes down
turret,
the turret,
in the
yeah.
top lane. Just looking at the goal right now, I think everyone on the side of TOK has the goal lead, especially in the jungle. 2,600 goal lead in the jungle.
The
Mid
cool
lane
squad
has
is
about
here.
2,000.
The teleport line starts to channel in the top side for the Seraphine as well. A big ultimate
beautiful,
connects onto 3 people, and the Soraka pays with her life right there. Do they go for more? And it looks like that they end up getting a double kill onto the Seraphine. Now Infinity has become the Zac. Will get the CC onto the Garen. They secure the kill there as well. The Isnok, I don't think you want to be here right now, buddy. He finds himself into the Mordekaiser's ultimate and will end up going down. So an extended ace coming out from the side of Temple of Kings right there, and they go 22 kills to 6, and they are breaking the base at 16 minutes.
Yeah, and TOK just says forget the first game. Seraphine comes in, says Gracias, ults 3 members, they kill all of them into the top lane, get ace for all their troubles, and this is looking more like the series that we expected coming in.
And they are looking to close this game out real soon. I think they will be going for that dragon. Look for the turret in mid, reset, get the Baron, and just close it out quick and clean.
Yeah, they have almost 15,000 goal lead at 17 minutes. They control the enemy jungle as well. 2 dragons to their names. I think they can maybe wait out for the Baron and end the game, or they could do it sooner as well. It really depends on how much of a resistance. Yeah,
That tilt engages
YAKUZA
on the
Gaming can put up.
Seraphine. I don't know what that was, because he did not really have a follow-up for him. But the flash forward from Flash L will get the shutdown over the Tristana. Now Kratos is stuck in the Veigar cage, but he ends up stunning the Garen, and Black Infinity goes unstoppable. Now he will get the reset, trying to get a little bit more, but let's not get ahead of themselves, and they will disengage. They did secure the dragon as well, so they are on soul point at just 18 minutes, and life is good for Temple of Kings.
Yeah, I mean, they're just so far ahead. It really now becomes the game of how they close it out, essentially. 2 items power spike on all of their champions. I have to give mad props to Seraphine, who might have forgotten to make her boots or buy boots, but his ultimates have been really on point so far.
Yeah, I
And,
mean, that's what we were talking about. Seraphine just making sure that he enables Black Infinity even more, and Black Infinity showing up big time, hard carrying his team on his back right now.
A summoner has reconnected.
So we do have a pause which was due to a player DC, but we are right back into the mix of things. Run us down the item advantage real quick.
Yeah, so Stride Breaker for Garen, but Rylai's and Leandri's has been completed for the Mordekaiser along with the Merc Thread. So he is one item ahead of the Garen. I think he can solo anyone from the opponent team. Viego has the Witsen, has completed his Kraken Slayer, is going to make what I believe to be Sterak's Gate soon. Tristana again, Navori Quick Blade is completed, Kraken Slayer completed, she has her power spike, she can destroy those turrets. I think Seraphine has forgotten to buy her boots, but has 2 items to her name as well. So they are all looking really good. 2 item spike, can take the Baron whenever it spawns. And look at the Seraphine items now. Leandri's Blackfire Torch and Archangel Staff completed. Seraph's Embrace completed. So
Yeah, that's
she's so strong right now.
Even the Seraphine is gonna do so much burst damage with her passive Q, and the auto attacks is gonna be insane. The Soraka is just not gonna be able to live, and as we see right there, this Tristana just casually jumps ahead but goes a little too forward. Jumps up right into the Veigar cage, ends up going down. Now Kratos finds himself in the middle of the enemy team somehow. The Veigar cage will buy some time and disengage, but 2 kills for Temple of Kings and a shutdown on Akshaj.
Yeah, and let's get a replay of that as well, as Seraphine big ult yet again, and they are going to kill the Zag.
Rock,
I
paper,
don't think
scissors
there's any
just
way to buy.
straight up walked beside the turret, ignoring everyone to go 1v1 with the Garen and ends up dying. Okay.
Yeah, but yet again, Black Infinity making amends for wherever his top laner is lacking. They will get the bottom inhibitor, and there is a
But yeah,
big
okay,
wave
I
coming
can't
up.
blame him for trying to have a little bit of fun when they are this far ahead. But it just looked so funny to watch. I'm gonna watch that again on the replay when we do get that in the middle lane. So Rock Paper Scissors having a little bit of fun, is 8-4-4, mind you, did really well in the lane, got solo kills and the first blood as well. So showing up big time, correcting his mistakes from the first game, and you see right now what that has resulted into. Just 20 minutes into the game and we are looking at the second inhib going down for YAKUZA Gaming.
Yeah, and soon after, I think there's a big wave on top as well, so they can decide to go top lane and take that inhibitor as well. This game has been a massacre. Big props to the bot lane. They have shown up. They've showed up really big time again. Just multiple
this is
dives,
just
great ultimates.
So bad. This Poppy pick is coming
That's
in
a great
so
cage.
big. I mean, the engage from the Garen not really mattering because he's just that fed. No, Rock Paper Scissors absolutely wreaking havoc in the backline of YAKUZA Gaming. Double kill onto the carries, and Rock Paper Scissors is like, cannot walk past me, will shred that guitar for the stick riff as they take down the Nexus turrets at 22 minutes and are looking to end the game and secure their place in the grand finals against Reign of Terror. So coming as no surprise that one of the finalists are Temple of Kings, going 2-0, a statement game finally coming on by Temple of Kings. And we will see them in the finals in the best of 5 against Reign of Terror tomorrow.
Yeah, again and again, Temple of Kings, even against adversity, whenever they face it, they show up big time. Again, making it to the finals. I don't think they have missed any finals at all in the last 1 or 2 years, if I recall correctly. So that just shows how strong of a team they are. Does not matter if Angels Lotus is playing or not.
I mean,
if it doesn't matter if they have to. Exactly, they don't care if they have to change the top laner or their support. Black Infinity, Katarina bot will always come up good, and as they have yet again.
So there you go, guys. We have our 2 finalists set up for the grand finals. We have Reign of Terror against the Temple of Kings. They will battle it out in an epic 5v5 best of 5 League of Legends action to fight for that 30,000 first place cash prize. And I'm just really excited for what's going to happen. These two teams are the favorites. They were the favorites along with Altar of Kings coming into this tournament. So we are going to be up for really good League of Legends tomorrow.
Yeah, and the trend has continued 2-0 across the board for both the finalists, not having lost a single game so far in the tournament, and have been and the games have been very one-sided as well. Bar the first game, which was pretty competitive against YAKUZA Gaming for Temple of Kings, but then they just show up like that in the second game, and you just forget whatever happened in the first game, right? Let's jump into the highlights and see how one-sided bloody massacre this game was.
And yeah, we did see Rock Paper Scissors taking that revenge first blood. Is like, you're not gonna get the better of me 2 games in a row, and comes up huge in the top lane to shut down that Garen. And Kratos is just doing what he does best. The way he recognizes wherever the engages are to be had is just so good. I mean, that separates great support players from other support players. We do see a lot of people just engaging whenever they feel like doing it and not really looking at the team around them. But Kratos just does that so well. He knows when to go in and when his team can follow it up, and that pays off so much. And we did see it pay off again as Kratos wreaked havoc on this Poppy.
Yeah, and Kratos has been the highlight support of the tournament so far, for me at least. His champ pool is massive. He has played the Rakan, played it very well. Leona, he is no stranger to the Thresh, the Poppy now. So whatever his team needs him to play, he will just play that champion and play it really well. So big props to Kratos. I think he has been so good in this tournament. And as we look at the highlights as well, in the bot lane, Kratos making those plays again and again. There you go, like just stamping the Kaisa onto the wall and setting up Black Infinity to take those resets. It's beautiful play coming out.
And yeah, like we talked about the synergy between Black Infinity and Kratos, the jungle support duo just running around the entire map, getting kills left, right and center. And once Black Infinity gets ahead, he knows how to capitalize on his leads. He's not the one to sit back and play safe. He will go aggressive, he will push the limits of his champion, and he will use his gold lead to the maximum extent. And we did see him do exactly that as he snowballed completely out of control on this Viego and made sure his team got a quick win.
Yeah, and props to Gracias as well in this game. Actually, Seraphine did a lot in this game, connecting beautiful multiple man ults multiple times. Like I think I have seen the ult hit 3 or 4 people at least thrice in this game. So really well done by Gracias as well. Of course, had to come in short notice to fill up for Angel's Lotus, but has not disappointed his teammates. And yeah, good job, Gracias.
Definitely not making sure Temple of Kings do not miss Angel Lotus all that much, but he should be back for the grand finals tomorrow against Reign of Terror. And I'm pretty sure Temple of Kings would be looking to put out their A game tomorrow, as there is absolutely no room for error in the finals against Reign of Terror. And looking at the scoreboard, I believe this is the game time for the first game. So in the second game it was around 23 minutes, and we do see 33 kills for the side of Temple of Kings and a massive gold lead of about 16,000 gold early on. Not even one turret being taken down by YAKUZA Gaming. Just look at those zeros up on the scoreboard for YAKUZA Gaming. They did not have a fun time. They got absolutely dominated, absolutely annihilated. And well, but it's not all for nothing. YAKUZA Gaming, they do get a lot of experience out of this. They go up against Temple of Kings, the strongest team and the strongest players, and they can learn a lot from this. They can do ward reviews, make sure the team stays together, because YAKUZA Gaming did show a lot of promise, and I feel if they stay together and practice a lot and, you know, take part in more tournaments, as we have so many tournaments coming up, they can really be a strong force in the region as well.
Yeah, and a top 4 place is nothing short of a great tournament for YAKUZA Gaming, honestly, and they can hold up their head high. The game time has been fixed. 22 minutes and 7 seconds is all it took for Temple of Kings to destroy YAKUZA Gaming and remind us who they are in the second game. But yeah, speaking about YAKUZA Gaming, a great experience for them, for all their players as well. And I think they will be pretty happy with how the tournament has gone for them.
Yeah, definitely. So top 4 finish for YAKUZA Gaming, did really well, and I think they are a force to be reckoned with in future tournaments. Now talking about the spectacle we have tomorrow, the grand finals of this tournament between Temple of Kings and Reign of Terror. And quickly just looking at the damage graph of the second game, rock paper scissors actually just fighting so much and later on dealing so much damage. So complete 180 from his first game, and he made sure that he had a statement game of his own, so reminding people why he has a place in this team. So remember, if you are a member of Temple of Kings, you have to be good. So because you need to be good to play the best team. So rock paper scissors reminding us why he is here as well, and let's just hope he can carry the same energy going on to the finals tomorrow.
Yeah, and that will help his confidence as well. Had a great performance. There were a couple of mishaps, but I think those can be worked upon as soon as he realizes that the mistakes were made. So yeah.
So tomorrow, grand finals, guys. You do not want to be missing any seconds of those games. As you all know, both of the teams are well known. The players playing in both of the teams are well known. They have been around for a long time. They are not new to competitive League of Legends in South Asia. And Reign of Terror as well as Temple of Kings not dropping even a single game on their way to the grand finals, and will go up against each other. So I'm just so excited for what's gonna happen tomorrow.
Yeah, and I think the one matchup that I'm very excited for is Black Thief against Kratos. Black Thief, if you remember yesterday, his Blitzcrank was unreal, connecting every hook. So that bot lane is going to be a bloodbath, and I can't wait to see who comes out on top. Both Black Thief and Kratos have performed really well in the semifinals, so that's going to be my matchup to watch. But these guys have stacked players everywhere. In the mid lane will be Copy versus Katarina bot. In the jungle,
some of them really high in the ladder as well.
Yeah, and in the jungle, I think Black Infinity will be feeling comfortable, but again, I mean, as we have seen in game 1 today, anything can happen.
Yeah, and in the top lane, rock paper scissors really has to keep his head on, not look for useless fights, and just make sure that he is not the reason his team goes behind. But we did see that he is a good asset for them in this second game, and he did show up big time on this Mordekaiser. So once again, guys, both of these teams have been in the scene for way too long, and they know each other inside and out as well. So there is an element of personal rivalries there, elements of some grudges to be held, because these teams keep going against each other day in and day out in all the tournaments, and most of the times it is in the finals, in the semi-finals, in the later stages of tournaments. So these teams will be looking to bite each other at any given moment, and I'm not expecting it to be a friendly encounter, as both of them will be looking to go out at each other's throats, and it's just gonna be a very aggressive, very insane day of League of Legends tomorrow.
Yeah, and I really hope we get all of game like 5 games and not a quick 3-0 from either side. And guys, Bishi will be joining us tomorrow as well for the TriCast. I am super excited to have him on the broadcast as well. So I think that I am looking forward to casting with him as well. So it is going to be fully action packed, and the energy that he brings, it's just contagious as well. So I can't wait for that to happen as well.
I mean, yeah, Abhishek's in the League of Legends community for so long. He is the reason League of Legends is flourishing in this region, and he has been trying to get the community together and spread League of Legends all over South Asia for so long. Bishi, just a cutie padoodie. I'm so excited to have him back as well. Close friend of ours, and so excited for the TriCast tomorrow. And I'm pretty sure you guys will be happy to have him casting as well. And so that's the grand finals tomorrow, guys. The Esports Club Community Cup July Open, powered by Zotac, in partnership with none other than Riot. And all of this was possible by Zotac Gaming, so make sure you check them out in the description. And I remind you guys to be up to date with all of the news and all of the tournaments, events, giveaways and everything happening in our community, so that you can also be a part of tournaments like this and have a chance of winning cash prizes and much more. And remember, this is just the first tournament. We have so much more lined up as the competitive League of Legends to promote League of Legends in the region. Great job done by Esports Club for this initiative. So follow them and follow us in Discord, that is League of Legends in South Asia, over Discord, Twitter, Instagram and Facebook, so that you're on the same page with us. And I'm sure we will be joining you again and again for all the tournaments to come. So that's it from Fireball and Kaka in this second semi-finals. We shall see you tomorrow for the best of 5 grand finals of this tournament. Goodbye.
You will keep it G forever. Stand up and face whatever. I'm built unique, I'm better than the hard times I've seen. Crime scene, obscene, face the ugly, cover up like Maybelline. Had uncertainty and urgency, cut from me like surgery. Formed again more sturdily, personally. I don't see nobody stopping me. I don't see nobody topping me. I don't see nobody honestly. I run you over if that's what it's gotta be. And it's gotta be what I look like, having fear still haunt me. What I look like, having regret haunt me. Pay that price, I don't care what it costs me. All my life, big me against the army. I'ma push the red button on them like Atari. I'm big dog with a human like a Maltese. See more fall off the 03 tall tees. Not sorry for the way I am. Learn to ball them up with no one holding your hand. Never back down, never hide in the sand. If you ain't hear the message, let me say it again. Yo, let me say it again. I survived. I survived. I survived. I survived. I survived.
your secrets inside. You didn't pay attention, like an experiment. No, you're gonna pay for your crimes. I'll change your perspective, I'll teach you a lesson. Look at me now. Oh, look at me now. Try to take me down. Lost but now I'm found. Used to be the victim in the dead of night, but I can be a villain in the moonlight. Look at me now. In the moonlight, I'll make it my mission. Oh yeah, I'll have you wishing you could go back in time to never test my limits. Nothing you say will fix it. I'm too out of my mind. You're riding high, but I've got you this time. Oh, look at me now. Oh, look at me now. Try to take me down. Lost but now I'm found. Used to be the victim in the dead of night, but I can be a villain in the moonlight. Look at me now. In the moonlight, got you this time, got you this time. You can't hide. Pay for your crimes, baby, that's right. Got you this time, you can't hide. Pay for your crimes, baby, that's right. Oh, look at me now. Oh, look at me now. Try to take me down. Lost but now I'm found. Used to be the victim in the dead of night, but I can be a villain in the moonlight. Look at me now. In the moonlight. Pick up! Come on!
Eyes on the battle, not your screen, Commander.
I was thinking we could use some backup. Yes! Now, Ryder!
Steal your pride, Wolf. The fish girl is winning.
Woo!
He's mine.
Not bad, little leader.
I'm guessing you have a plan, Commander.
We win.